Richard, there is a new theory that I've heard about called negligent security. What does that mean?
Well, that is a case that arises when there is a property owner that fails to adequately protect the people that are on his property. The biggest example is an apartment complex in a high crime risk area.
Okay.
And let's say that they used to have video surveillance, or they used to have a patrol car that would go through and make sure that their residents were safe.
Or maybe lights.
Or inadequate lighting. They had lighting before, they failed to fix things. It creates an even more hazardous situation. Well, if someone is raped or assaulted or robbed and injured, then this is a claim going against the apartment complex or the shopping center or what have you for that negligence of failing to properly protect the people that are on their property.
So you mean to tell me if I pull up at a gas station or a shopping center and the owner of the property doesn't do what's necessary to ensure the security and I get injured or I get mugged, I may have a claim against the property owner, not just the mugger?
Absolutely. That's absolutely the case. I mean, basically, if you are going to have an apartment complex or a shop or a gas station, you've got a duty. And now you can't, you're not going to be able to recover for every single assault, rape, attack. It's only if they fail to meet their burden of protecting. And that usually means that, it's a high-risk area, it's known that this is a risk, and they are not doing everything they should, or even more importantly, they quit doing things that were protecting people before.
People might want to know what sort of damages they might be entitled to. Let's say that happens. What could you collect from the property owner?
Well, property owners have insurance, and that's going to cover these type of claims as well. And it's going to ultimately, if the case cannot be settled, it's going to be up to a jury to decide what the monetary recovery should be for a rape or for a physical assault that leaves someone battered and injured. These can be very large cases because it's very moving, it's very compelling to hear about what a victim of crime has had to live through.
And I think that that's the interesting thing here. Often we think of personal injury, where it's not a crime, it's a motor vehicle accident.
Right.
These are situations where there has been a crime, and if you're the victim of a rape, typically the rapist doesn't have any money for you to sue them for the assault that's occurred. So what this does is possibly gives a civil jury award to the victim of a crime.
Right. It does two things. It gives you an opportunity to get a recovery, and it also is going to make that apartment complex or that store owner more inclined to protect people in the future.
So if you've been involved in a case like this, you know someone that has, pick up the phone, speak with Richard, and find out what recourse you have for such a terrible event.